One night she broke down on the phone, said she couldn't tell what was real. Now she won't even acknowledge it. I don't know if she's still in there. I keep replaying the last time we sat across from each other at that stupid little cafe, the one with the chipped mugs and the weirdly aggressive jazz. She wouldn't even touch her coffee. Just kept stirring it, round and round, like she was waiting for something to rise up from the bottom. I remember thinking, if I just say the right thing, maybe she'll snap out of it. Maybe she'll laugh and roll her eyes and tell me I'm being dramatic, and we'll go back to talking about dumb reality shows or her latest dating disaster. But she just stared at me, eyes all glassy, and said, "You don't get it, Sam. You never have." I don't know when I started losing her. Maybe it was last fall, when she started going to those workshops. At first, it sounded harmless, some kind of self-improvement thing, meditation, group therapy, whatever. She'd always been into that stuff, honestly. I even went with her once, just to see. The room was full of people smiling too hard, hugging each other like they'd just survived a plane crash together. The leader, he called himself Eli, but I'm pretty sure that's not his real name, talked about unlocking your true self and transcending negativity. I remember feeling this weird pressure in my chest, like I was supposed to clap or nod or something, but all I wanted was to leave. After that, she started changing. It was little things at first. She stopped drinking, stopped eating sugar, started texting me less. She'd cancel plans last minute, always with some vague excuse about group commitments. I'd ask her what she was doing, and she'd just smile and say, "It's hard to explain. You'd have to experience it." I tried to joke about it, but she didn't laugh. She just looked at me like I was missing something obvious. I started Googling the group. Their website was all pastel colors and stock photos of people hugging in fields. But if you dig a little deeper, there are forums, Reddit threads, old blogs, people talking about the circle and how it ruined their lives. Words like love bombing, isolation, financial exploitation. I sent her a link to one of the threads, just a screenshot, nothing dramatic. She didn't reply for 2 days. When she finally did, it was just, "You're being negative. I wish you'd trust me. I wish I could say I handled it well. I wish I could say I was patient or wise or even just calm. But I wasn't." I called her, left this rambling voicemail about how I was worried, how I missed her, how I didn't want to lose her to some manipulative asshole with a man bun and a fake name. She texted back, "I'm fine. Please stop." After that, she stopped answering my calls. She'd reply to texts, but only with these weird, clipped sentences. "I'm busy. Hope you're well. Maybe next week." I started to feel like I was talking to a stranger, or maybe a robot program to keep me at arm's length. I tried to talk to her mom. We're not close, but I figured maybe she'd notice something too. She just sighed and said, "She's an adult, Sam. She'll figure it out." But her voice sounded tired, like she'd already had this conversation 100 times. I started having these dreams where I'd show up at her apartment and she'd be gone. Like not just out, but gone, room empty, bed stripped, no trace of her left. I'd wake up sweating, heart pounding, and check my phone for any sign she'd texted. Usually nothing. I know I sound dramatic. I know people drift apart, and maybe I'm just not handling it well. But it doesn't feel normal. It feels like she's being erased, piece by piece, and I'm the only one who notices. There was this one night, maybe a month ago, when she actually called me. It was late, and I almost didn't answer because I thought it was a butt dial. But when I picked up, she was crying. Not loud, just these little hiccupy breaths. She said, "I don't know what's real anymore." I tried to get her to talk, but she just kept saying, "I'm so tired, Sam. I'm so tired." I told her I'd come over, but she said no, she just needed to hear my voice. Then she hung up. After that, nothing. She went back to being distant, polite, unreadable. I tried to bring up that call, but she acted like it never happened. "I'm fine, Sam. You worry too much." I started reading everything I could about cults. How they isolate you, make you doubt yourself, cut you off from anyone who might pull you back. I read about interventions, about people hiring private investigators, about families going bankrupt trying to save someone who didn't want to be saved. I don't have that kind of money or energy or, I don't know, authority. I'm just her friend. I'm not her parent or her therapist or her savior. I'm just the person who used to split fries with her at 2 a.m. and listen to her complain about her boss. Sometimes I wonder if I'm making it worse. If every time I push, she just digs in deeper. If I'm the one driving her away. But then I remember the way she sounded on the phone that night, so small and lost, and I can't just let it go. I keep thinking about this one time in college, when she got really sick and wouldn't go to the doctor. I had to practically drag her to urgent care. She was so mad at me, but later she said, "Thanks for not giving up on me, even when I was being a brat." I keep holding on to that, like maybe if I just keep showing up, she'll come back. But I don't know. I really don't. I started keeping a list in my phone, just little things I wanted to tell her, in case she ever came back. Dumb stuff, mostly. A meme that would have made her snort laugh. A new ramen place opening up near her old apartment. The fact that her favorite barista finally quit and left this passive-aggressive note on the tip jar. I don't know why I do it. Maybe it's just a way to pretend she's still here, or that I'm not completely useless. Sometimes I catch myself rehearsing conversations in my head. Like if I could just find the right words, the magic combination that would break the spell. I imagine sitting her down and saying, "Look, I know you think this group is helping you, but I see you disappearing. I miss you. I want you back. But every time I try, it comes out wrong." She gets defensive, or she just shuts down. I can't blame her, really. If someone told me my whole new life was a lie, I'd probably shut down too. I tried reaching out to one of her old friends from work, just to see if she'd heard anything. She said she hadn't seen her in months, not since she quit her job, to focus on her spiritual journey. That's what she told everyone, apparently. I wonder if she really believes it, or if it's just something she says because it's easier than explaining the truth. There was this one afternoon, maybe 2 weeks ago, when I saw her by accident. I was walking downtown, headphones in, not really paying attention, and there she was, standing on the corner with a group of people from the circle. She looked different. Not bad, just not like herself. Her hair was longer, and she was wearing all white, which is weird because she used to hate wearing white. She saw me, and for a second, I thought she was going to come over. But then one of the group members put a hand on her shoulder, and she just smiled at me, this tight, polite smile, and turned away. I stood there for a long time after she left, just staring at the spot where she'd been. I wanted to run after her, but I didn't. I don't know if that was cowardice or respect or just plain exhaustion. I keep reading stories online about people who got out. They always say the same thing. You can't force someone to leave. You can only be there when they're ready. But what if she's never ready? What if this is just who she is now? I don't know how to grieve someone who's still alive. Her birthday came and went. I left a card at her door just in case. I wrote, "I miss you. I'm here if you need me." No response. I don't even know if she got it. Maybe she threw it away. Maybe she read it and cried. Maybe she didn't care at all. I started seeing a therapist, which feels kind of ridiculous, but I needed someone to talk to who wouldn't just tell me to let her go. The therapist said something that stuck with me. You can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved, but you can love them from a distance. I don't know if that's comforting or just another way of saying I'm powerless. Sometimes I get angry. Not at her, but at the people who did this to her. At Eli, or whatever his name is, and all the smiling, hugging, love-bombing assholes who convinced her she was broken and only they could fix her. I want to scream at them, or expose them, or... I don't know. But then I remember she chose this, at least at first. She wanted to belong somewhere. She wanted to feel special. Don't we all? I keep thinking about the last real conversation we had, before all this started. We were sitting on her fire escape, drinking cheap wine, and she said, "Sometimes I feel like I'm just waiting for my real life to start." I didn't know what to say to that. I still don't. I wish I had some big, dramatic ending to this story. I wish I could say I stormed into the circle's meeting and dragged her out, or that she called me one night and said, "You were right, I need help." But that's not how it works. Real life is just waiting, hoping, trying not to lose yourself while you're losing someone else. I still text her sometimes. Just little things. Saw a dog that looked like yours. Remember that time we got locked out of your apartment? She never replies, but I like to think she reads them. Maybe one day she'll text back. Maybe she won't. I don't know how to help her. I don't know if I ever will. But I'm still here. I guess that's all I can do.